Australia. This is from UK. I don't know the time wherever you are. But good day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And today I want to quickly tell you something about nanny jobs in Australia. You can either go through employers nomination scheme visa. You need CPR, which I don't want to go into the medical aspect of it. But the thing you need is to be from 0 to 45. If you're coming through employer nomination scheme visa, you should be from 18 to 45. Then if you're coming with Australian work visiting Australia visiting work visa, then you should be 17 to 30. They have to do it from South Africa. So there's application, version of application. But I don't want to get in there, but I want you to start applying as you finish watching this video. You come to the Telegram group. I will share the links to some of the applications which you can start applying, because there's not any qualification. You need to be 18 years or 17 years. If you're going with the Australian visiting working visa, you have to, sometimes it's for students in gap years, so you have to go with the one that is 17 to 30 years. If you're going with ENS, like employers nomination scheme visa, you have to be 18 to 45 years. So that's age limit. That's why each time somebody tell me about Australia, I ask them how old are they. So now, what is the role of a nanny? You might ask again, what is the this thing that you're expecting, the salary that you're expecting? Because sometimes people, you have to know the money you have to earn. I think per year you have to be expecting 30 million, equivalent to Nigerian currency. For cities, for people in Ghana, is 60,000. The average salary of a nanny is 60,000 Australian dollars. I don't know the conversion in Ghana, Uganda, and all that. So, which, if you're from African country, all the countries in West Africa are participating countries like Tanzania, Uganda, Burkina Faso, Congo, Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, have I said South Africa, Zimbabwe? Yeah, all these from this West African and South African region can apply for this visa. Okay, now you might ask again, what is your role? We are all adults. If you're from Africa, you're an adult, you might have looked after somebody, like your cousins, your nephew, your siblings, or something. It's just, in general, it's not only like changing nappies, but they have to give you basic training when you go there. But what I normally ask people to do is to take introduction lesson, a course online. Like if you go to Alison, you say introduction to nanny work or childminder work or whatever they call it, but in Australia they call it au pair. I don't know whether I pronounce it very fine because of my tongue. I'm an Igbo woman. So you ask again, what are you expecting? Sometimes you have to live with some family, like they want you to live with them. Sometimes you have to hire rent your own space and be going there in the agreed time. They might want you from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it depends. Sometimes they will give you accommodation and tell you to live somewhere, but you have to come. So it doesn't, it is not specific. What the government didn't ask them to do this. So the provision of accommodation or the provision of your care or something, because you're coming from another country. So the provision might be different going from client to client. So this is what you have to, I think during the interview, they will tell you, sometimes the recruitment firm will tell you what you're expecting. Look at what this client will provide, or they want you to rent your own space so that you can go to your own space after work. So I don't know whether there is a specific things you have to bear in mind, but you have to get yourself prepared to live with people you're caring for their children, or rent a space and go from your own house to or go from your own house to the place that you're doing the actual job. So another thing you might ask again is this. You might ask me, what are the requirements? What's like in terms of English? And there's nothing like that in this nanny work. You don't need IELTS if you're from Nigeria, because Australian authority accepted that Nigeria have English as official language. So if English is our official language, what is the next step? The next step is to make sure that you can read, you can write, you can, everybody that's have gone to secondary school can do this, what I'm saying now. They can read simple instruction, they can write simple notes, they can make decisions, you know, in their working areas and stuff like that. It's not something that is too technical, too scientific, too theoretical. No, it's just looking after a baby. But you know, this is not Australia. They would want you to look after this child in certain way, in certain standard they have set. It's not like when you go to your house, there's things you do in your house. You give your child this certain meal. So there's a standard. You have to be aware of this. So what are you gaining by working in Australia? Maybe you've gotten your permanent resident permit or something like that. If you want to stay back and work, maybe after your visa have expired, what will you be getting as a nanny? Australia have good working hours. Australia have annual leave. Australia have flexible work arrangement. Australia have personal caregivers leave. Australia have public holiday. They have compassionate leave. If somebody died in your family and you want to go out from work for some certain time to mourn the person or to felicitate with a family, something like that, Australia will give you. Australia government, you know, mandated employers to give you this leave. It's not something that you seek. It's something that when it happens, you can apply for it from your employer and get it. It's in the law. So Australia have community leave in case if there's something that is happening in your environment. Australia government understand that you need some certain leave called compassionate leave or community leave. Notice of termination or redundancy payout. Australian government knows that in terms of these, that you are going to be needing stuff like redundancy pay if your employer decided, you know, to relieve you of your job, or you work on certain and the place closed down or they go under administration. Australian government understand and have a law that stipulates that your employer should pay you redundancy leave, or the company is or something happened, they want to because you obviously be working for an agency, because it's the agency that will recruit you from Nigeria. So when something like that or the company goes under administration, so you are protected by law. That's the point I'm trying to make, if it makes sense to you. You are protected by law. So why nanny work? Nanny work is something that you can actually do today. You don't need like all you need to do is to go to online and get basics, so that when you're doing interview, when you're going interview, you tell somebody that you have done introduction to nanny work or childminder work. You go to Alison Udemy, you just type childminder introduction or something like that for Australia or something, any course, so that it can, you know, beef up your CV when your personality as a nanny, you know, just to make you stand out from others. That's the point I'm trying to make. So another thing is this: you must not have criminal conviction or have been a jailbird before, or your character should be, you know, pristine. So you don't have to have anything in your image. So bear this in mind, because you have to go to the Nigerian police or Ghanaian police force or Uganda police force, any police force. They need your certification letter about your character. So something like that. There's a link I will drop here. It's how to come as a caregiver in UK or care assistant. I left links in that blog, so you can, if you're from Nigeria, it will be useful for you. So you click that link, it take you to Nigerian Police Force, where you will make application for this proof of character, that, you know, you are a good woman, you've not been in jail before, you've not been this and that, you know, that kind of stuff. It's not something that is like boo 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 boo, or something like that is so or something like that you need. So far that you've not been in police or anything or something like that, you're a good citizen. That's the only thing, because obviously you're working with children, they are vulnerable. So you have to understand that part. They are vulnerable, and they again, you have to work according to the instructions, because each people, if you come to UK now, they have their law guiding child safety and stuff like that. Australia have them too. Like all these developed countries have their law, you know, what you need to do, or what you need, the standard that you need to put in the work while you're delivering your job as a nanny. So if you're watching me for the first time, the description of this video, please can you click on it. There's a Telegram link. I will be in the group by 9 p.m. today, because time is running out. We only have 1 hour to do this and upload and come online to do that. So now you will ask me nanny frequently asked questions, because obviously you need to know what you're coming to do. You need to obviously know some basics. That's the frequently asked questions. So you need to know. So now can we look at it, and so that you understand what you are coming here to do, and you understand the basic things and the expectations. That's, I call them frequently asked questions, that you might not know in your own country, or you might not know, because even if you're working as a nanny or childminder, wherever you are, or you are a teacher teaching in crèche or something like that, or in kindergarten, it's not the same thing. So you need to know, like, the frequently asked questions, what is expected of you. Okay, then let's go. Thank you so much. Let's go, come back. Hello guys, this is Australia frequently asked a question by a nanny. You see, how do you apply as a nanny in Australia? There are no formal training or education to become a nanny. However, completing certified 3 in early childhood education and care will help you gain a competitive edge. A first aid certificate, a police check. I just told you guys how to get that CPR certification, and working with children check necessary to work in this role. What is the role of a nanny in Australia? A nanny takes responsibility for the daily needs of the child or children in their care. This includes planning daily activities, preparing meals, blah blah blah. How much do nannies get paid in Australia? So look at it. It's 60,000 per year, or 30 um 30 dollars, sorry, $60,000. This is Australian dollars, so remember this per hour. Remember this because it's not in naira, it's in the Australian dollars. It's different from USD. Entry level position starts at 56.739 annually, while most experienced workers make up to 77.561 annually. So what is a nanny called in Australia? It's called au pair. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, what is the difference between a nanny and babysitter in Australia? A nanny is an experienced professional who provides ongoing childcare, while babysitter usually provides short-term or casual care. That's why I said your employer might, or the person recruiting might want you to live with them because it's an ongoing childcare. It might be 247 and it might be 12 hours, and it depends. So very often the terms babysitter and nanny are used interchangeably in Australia. Okay, these are the things, guys. See it? These are the things. So these are the frequently asked questions. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about it that the screen is not clear because it's using UV because of my eyes. So all of you know I had surgeries in this my eyes, so I'm trying to protect it. So in case if there's any camera that is not the camera is not on nice, is because before I use any screen I have to put shield on them to protect myself. And thank you. So you've seen the frequently asked question. In case look at the frequently asked question about nanny. Okay, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You have seen we are back now. You have seen the common questions you might want to ask and common things you have to look out when in your application so that you can answer the questions appropriately when you're filling the form or when you are applying online. And again, look at the companies recruiting massively: www.aupair.com, www.aupairworld.com, www.gooverseas.com, www.aupairaustralia.com. These are the companies recruiting at the moment. And again, I want you to do me this favor. When you apply for any of these jobs, please check your emails when you wake up from your bed. Check your emails before you go to bed, like 2 times in a day. I'm not saying you should stay in your email and be waiting and open it and leave your data on. I know in Nigeria or in Africa, you know, buying data or being online is money. But the thing is this: some of these countries are hours behind. They are awake working when we are sleeping. And so they might have worked on your application. Then you go to bed, they go to bed, and it's for you to wake up. Then you face your own job. You didn't check or anything. And the time they gave you to check and reply, or maybe they're asking you some questions before they can start, you know, processing your application, and they are not there. You're not coming forth to answer the email or to reply them with or supply them with the answers to the questions or the query they have put forward. But the thing is this: when they see that you don't pick up your email, it shows that you're unserious. They don't understand that you have to buy a data, you have to do this before you can be online. Please, these people don't understand that. They don't understand that. I'm telling you, they don't understand because they view the world from their own lenses. Because where they are, people check emails, people pay attention. They don't understand that somebody in Africa looking for a job might not afford to be online because it costs money. They will be viewing it as if that you are unserious, you're not replying, or somebody. I've got a nurse that did her own application and she did everything, and it took her 2 weeks to see the email. And that it was just exactly 2 days over the day they gave her. They wrote her 3 times and she missed all of them because she checked her email when she can. That's not, when you are looking for this kind of job, please, please, please pay attention to your email, because that's the only means of communication. They cannot start calling you, giving you international call for something like jobs that you have done online, because you filling that form shows that you are available online to pick queries and answer them, or discuss the date of interview and answer them. These are the issues. And please subscribe, share. I don't want to be telling you all the time, to subscribe or share or this thing. Please do it. Subscribe. When you subscribe, you're telling me that you like this kind of video, or you tell me in the comment section what kind of video you like me to put forward. So guys, please subscribe. And if you have any question, you come to Telegram group or you drop it in the comment section in YouTube. I normally create time to answer all the questions in the YouTube or the questions in the comment section. Please, and Dover, if you meet any problems, while you are applying, you can come to me and ask me some questions. And thank you so much. And thank you for listening. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.